Hey everyone, I'm going to be talking to you about another great app that you can use for your classroom. This one's called Vizia. When you go to vizia.co, you're going to be prompted with this particular homepage. And before I begin the tutorial, Vizia is basically an app that allows you to be able to play a video. And as the video is playing, people you can answer questions, you can start discussions, you can even have a poll or send them to other places. And it actually is pretty good, and I've used it before in the past, or at least one similar to it. So let's go and get started. So once you're at vizia.co, you want to log in. And in my particular case, I can still log in with my Google account. And I'll do it through Fort Hayes. We are. I want to do it that way. It's my lovely picture and everything. And it automatically starts where you can start making a video. Now, you got to have a lot of these things ready. And just like I have these all ready to go. Whatever you're getting it from, for instance, if it's YouTube or Vizia, I've never used it, so I don't know what that is. But I already have my link ready to go for the video that I'm going to be doing. In this particular case, it's the opening to Strangers on a Train. So let's go and start it. Now it does take time sometimes to process the information. It depends on your server, it depends on a whole bunch of other factors, but for the most part it will take some time for it to load. Now there's a few things you can see here. You can edit the name, which is probably a good idea. In this particular case we're going to be looking at the x-axis, or the X and, well, it's X and Y, but we're going to be focusing mostly on the X-axis for this particular frame composition. Eventually, once you're done, you will share it with a preview. I'm not 100% sure what the embedding is. And then as far as responses go, you can actually see how people responded to how they did on this particular video. So for the most part, I'm hoping that it's ready to go. There it goes. It's all ready to go. All right, I'm going to go and mute it for now. And you see, as it's moving along, you can stop it at certain things. And now I would suggest, so you don't have to keep hearing the video, that you actually stop the video just by clicking it and then add in things when you need to. So for the most part, we're going to go and play for a little bit. Okay, and you notice all the characters are coming in. Give it a little bit longer, just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to stop it at a certain point. You notice the characters are walking from one direction to the other. I'm going to stop it right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a quiz into it. I'll add a quiz. I got my questions ready to go on the side here. Just going to copy and paste a lot of this. Characters enter from the opposite sides. What cinematic technique is being used here? Oh wait, I already kind of gave it away with my title, didn't I? All right, well, let's go ahead and then we'll just do frame composition for our title. Yeah, I don't want to give too many things away, right? They might know what's up. Camera motion, tilt, and editing fast forward. Now, obviously, like I said, I kind of gave it away, so it is frame composition x-axis. You select it there, you save it, and then when they get to that particular marker, it should stop, and then they can answer the question and see how they did. And they can get responses at the very end as to how they did. Now, if you want to use this for like a real quiz, that incorporate like, you know, the Google Sheets or whatever else. But I mean, it's good to kind of review, have it playing in the class, you know, the video or whatever it is, and then, you know, students respond what they think it is, and then by the end you can go over what it is you need to go over. So I'm going to go ahead and play it real fast. All right, so we have the two characters walking. One's going from right to left, the other one's going from left to right. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Maybe go a little bit ahead, just a little bit, stop right there. Yeah, see, this is where, okay, right there, that should be good. Okay, I'm going to put in a response. So I got to line it up right there, put in a response. And the response is, this is where you can get into a discussion with your class. What sort of meaning can be gained by the technique being used here? Now, how many of you guys are my film people? The fact that one's coming from one direction and the other one's coming from the other means that there's going to be a collision of sorts. So we know that there's going to be drama between the two characters based on their position that they enter into the screen. Fascinating, isn't it? Go on, save it. Okay, all right, so it plays the video. Now, here's the problem that we run into sometimes. The video goes longer than what it should, and there's no way to really crop it, unfortunately. There are other programs that you can crop it, either by editing or YT cropper. But this part right here actually does talk about another film technique, the Y-axis. But for the most part, I'm going to leave it blank for now and just kind of leave it as is. But what I can do is I'm going to add a poll towards the end. I'm going to go right over here, go and stop it. And I mean, however it is you want to do it, it's up to you. For the most part, my poll is just going to be simply like, this is a great opening to the movie. You know, do you agree? Choice number 1, strongly agree. Agree, disagree, and then strongly disagree. And then the choice is up to them what they want to do. And you can do this for a whole bunch of different things. So go and save it. And let's say at the end I want to add in something, you know, like right there. Okay. Now it does reset itself, so you have to kind of do it just as it does it. Just go and stop it right there at the end. And then you do what's called a call to action. What this does is it prompts them to go somewhere or do something. And in this particular case, there's another film that uses a very similar technique, a more modern film. What more recent film have we seen use this technique? We do the button label. I put click here to find out. Or let's do an exclamation mark. Why not? And then I go and put in the clip. Go on, save it. All right, now, if you want to ever see it at any point to know what it's supposed to look like, you can just hit that preview button. It plays it, and then when it gets to those specific instances, it's supposed to stop it. There you go. You answer the question, frame composition, continue. They can also skip it too, but for the most part, if you want to get good feedback, tell them, okay, yeah, you have to. But for this purposes, I'll just skip. We'll go to here, same thing. Strongly agree, whatever it is, okay, strongly agree. It's actually a pretty good beginning. And then it pops up with that response, and so I could show you the response. Now, a more modern take on this, when I actually clicked there, was from Fight Club. When Tyler Durden actually shows up, his split personality. Oh, spoilers, sorry. Okay, it's been several years. Come on, people. All right, because the character's coming in from the right hand side, and the other character's coming from the left hand side. So, but basically, it does provide the score for whoever's watching it and so forth, and it's really quite simple. So, the standards here, it's a model for colleagues, the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adoption of new digital resources and tools for learning, manage the use of technology and student learning strategies and digital platforms, virtual environments, hands-on maker spaces, or in the field.